Yo, this is Donae'O, and this is my Cablimpsy mix for 2012. The first one happens to be my new fresh thing. It's called Fire. It's coming out on my label, Zephron. It's produced by myself. We've got some interesting remixes coming in. And yeah, Zuga! The next record happens to be, you know, this was a special situation for me because me and Lethal brought out this record earlier on in the year. Vato heard the record, hollered me on Twitter and was like, look, I want to do a remix for this record. He blew my mix straight out of the boat. So this happens to be my next favourite track. I want to give a big shout out to Vato and Lethal. This is Not a Saint. Go and support that. iTunes, pre-order. Zuga! This is probably one of my favourite collaborations of the year. I love Drake as it is, and I think this, like Drake and Rihanna do brilliant collaborations anyway. But for me, this is a great mix of, you know, house, soul, you know, had a deeper vibe to it. I love the video to this record. I even did a cover. If you check my YouTube page, just / Donae'O, D-O-N-A-E-O, you can see that for yourself. I did a cover of this record, and you know, it's just a brilliant record, brilliant video, brilliant album, brilliant collaboration. So this is Take Care, Drake featuring Rihanna. Zuga! Okay, so you know, one of my favorite rappers this year has been a guy called Rick Ross, and last year he had problems with his health. You know, I think he collapsed on a plane. So he was supposed to bring out his album like later on in the year, and he couldn't really do that due to health issues. So what he ended up doing is pushing the album back. But Rick Ross doesn't really mess about when it comes to music and stuff like that. So what he done is he compiled a mixtape called Rich Forever. And on that mixtape had a banging single called Stay Schemin'. There's a video for it and all sorts. And that track featured Rick Ross, Drake, and another rapper that Puffy and Rick Ross are kind of working together with called French Montana. So this is my next biggest track, Cablimpsy for 2012, Stay Schemin', Rick Ross, featuring Drake and French Montana. Okay, this next track is Rudimental, Feel the Love. I love this record because I was not expecting Rudimental to come up with something like this. I mean, we all came from the same place when it came to the funky record, and I love their funky stuff, but to hear them, you know, embrace just dance music on a whole and just adapt their style and adapt their soul to another genre of music, I just thought, you know what, good on ya. And then the fact that it actually went #1, I take my hats off to you. So this is Feel the Love, Rudimental. Hope you like it. This record is a recent love type thing. I think this should have been last on the list, not because it's not the last record I love, but it's the last record of the year that I've actually fallen in love with. It's a Julio Bashmore instrumental called Oh Seve, and you know, there's nothing more you can say but boom, 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 oof, oof. Boom, 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 boom. Everyone does that in the rave when this tune comes on. They might as well put that vocal on there, you understand me? Anyway, this is Oh Seve, Julio Bashmore. Okay, this producer stroke artist is one of my favourite UK acts, probably of all time. I like the way he entered into the game. I love his production, it's very original. I love the transaction from his first album up until now. You know, I salute Calvin Harris. I love all of his music, I've got all of his albums, and this is one of my favourite tracks that he's ever done. It's called Bounce, featuring Kelis, and you know, Kelis at this period was looking mighty sexy still, you understand me? So yeah, this is Bounce, Calvin Harris featuring Kelis. Zola. This gentleman is an old school soul legend. He is a massive influence into my music, my energy and stuff like that. I've been listening to him since I was a child, you know, and I think he's influenced everyone. I've heard him on dance records. A lot of old school hip hop breaks are taken from his, you know, tunes that he's produced. Like another reason why I look to him as someone who you know, of inspiration is like, he's like me. I don't really read music. I can just vibe, I produce. And he basically did the same thing with a band. He never used to be able to read music, but he could just say to the band, hey, sing this, and you can hear it with the band, and, you know, produce a record just from his mind. You know what I mean? And that takes skill. So this is James Brown, I Feel Good. Cablimpsy. And finally, this is another one of my like all-time greatest UK acts, Prodigy. They're a massive influence in regards to like my production and some of the harder stuff that I've done, like Riot Music and maybe African Warrior. A lot of my like latest stuff as well. I've been listening to a lot of Breathe and Firestarter. I'm always confused as to which one I like, because sometimes it's Breathe, sometimes it's Firestarter, and it just depends on which one makes me want to smash my head through a window at the precise moment I'm listening to it. So this is Breathe, which is, you can choose, or you can see this is the one I've chosen. So this is Prodigy, this is Breathe, it's my final. Merry Christmas, and enjoy the rest of your munchies.